Hey Cancer, Tourmaline Tarot. Just want to say, when I was pre-shuffling, I just got this vibe where I just felt like being like, well, if you didn't do any of the work, you're not getting any of the credit. Like, I don't know if you're just like, no, you didn't contribute, so I'm not throwing you a bone. There's something on that level here. So that just is what popped out. And I got like really kind of annoyed for you, where I was like, ew. So Cancer, let's see. What do we got going on? We have the Magician. All right, we're making stuff happen. I like that. This is 3, but we're going to do it. We're doing it. We have High Priestess, Hermit, and Page of Pentacles. All right. I'm going to spare what I say until we get to the last bit. What is it? Ace of Wands. So, to make this manifesting, there is kind of like, I get sort of a pullback energy from you, where with the High Priestess, you're really kind of going with your own intuition, your own kind of vibe, things that are pulling you and drawing you. With the Hermit, it's like, it's almost like you don't need validation. I'll put it that way. Like, you don't need anyone to kind of confirm or deny what you're doing. You're just like, it just is. And that's kind of cool. Because with the Page of Pentacles, it's slow going, but I feel like what you need is coming towards you in the messenger kind of way, where it's kind of like you reach a point and then something's like, oh, and how about this? How about this? And it just kind of keeps building on itself. But it's almost like people see you doing stuff and then they're like, oh, hey, Cancer, do you need blah, blah, blah? And you're like, that'd be great. Yes. So with this Ace of Wands, it's actually able to happen because you have this Magician energy where it's like, let's do this. You have all the elements available to you, but there's something that it's just kind of like, people have been getting this, where it's almost like you just need to go with your gut. It's almost like you can't explain it because it's just, I don't know if lose its magic is the thing, or you just don't want anyone dulling the shine of how it is in your head. Like, you don't want to put it out there because you just don't want naysayers, or you don't want anyone being like, well, maybe if you did that. You're like, no. I don't think you understand. I have thought about this every which way, every which angle. So, like, I appreciate it, but shh. So, Ace of Wands. Let's see. Because everyone thinks Cancers are so emotional, but this is so, like, level. Because with the Hermit and High Priestess, it's very level. Like I said, you don't need any kind of validation. You don't have to crow about anything. Let's see, it's too many, but it was Temperance, just so you know, on the top. So, Ace of Wands. So, we're going to pull another on this. But, remember I was saying this is all grounded, and like, I feel like home stretch, any little doubt, any little buddy saying something to you, any little kind of like dings in the armor of Cancer, you might be like, oh, this is big. Did I do everything? Did I get it all right? Should I have done this? Should I have done that? Let's see, Cancer, what about it? Yeah, because get over it, because the Tower says, no, not the time. You put the work in, you put the effort in, boom. Also, potentially, if you've thought about things a particular way, because the Ace of Wands is movement, it is start, it is a beginning. I don't see things being completely ripped down or with the Tower energy, but there is kind of a shift. Maybe something that you've taken on does kind of reach a point where you do need to pull other people into it. And we're going to clarify the Tower, because the Three of Pentacles is a collaboration as well. So you could have this awesome thing going, and then at some point you're like, I really bit off more than I can chew. You know, but the help is there. You can distribute those wands. You can move them around. You know, you can kind of shuffle it around. Yeah, so Queen of Swords and the Moon. I feel like also the intuitive thing is they're getting your back again. You know, and with the Queen, you know, like I said, it's been very logical. It's been very on the up and up. The only emotional thing I've seen is that Five of Cups. And maybe, you can feel a certain way about the Ten of Wands carrying all the stuff, but at the same time, it's like, you're good. Because with the Queen of Swords, she's decisive. She's able to know when to cut things out. You might have to shift gears a little bit. Something that you really thought you had planned out, you might need to tweak it. And tweaking is okay. Because I think your gut is like, no, this is like, it's almost like when you have to change the settings of something, or like crack a safe. That's the best way to put it. When you crack a safe, like you think you have that final number, but it just doesn't click. And it's like the next number over, or it was like the number before. So crack that safe, Cancer. I think you're going to get there. So this Page of Pentacles, Death and the King of Wands. So I do feel like you might get kind of not so far in the process, but like I said, there's going to be little stuff that people see and kind of pitch in and help you here and there. So there's a change from, I think, thought to the action. That could potentially be the kicker for this. But with the Ace of Wands, it starts, and then when it does, you're like, whoa, boy. So it's like, grab the reins. Don't let that, be the one that makes the changes. Be the one that's driving the horse. Be the one that people can ask questions of, like, should we do this? And you're like, no. I make the decisions, and I know this is the way we need to do it. So I don't see this as negative. But like I said, there is some kind of adjustments that you have to make. Crack that safe. There's some agreement, handshake, meet in the middle. There's an emotional aspect to it with the heart because it's something that you want. Let's see, what about this? Agreement kind of thing. This doesn't necessarily have to be work, but I'm not getting a huge amount of relationship stuff. The Bear. This is a work card. This is kind of like, money, bull, bear market, that kind of gist. But there's something that you're very protective of. There's very mama berry energy kicking around here. So the key. I'm not going to say I hate that card, but it's kind of like, duh, a key. But I was saying crack the safe, right? That's the key, is cracking the safe. Sorry. So, I'm sorry, cards. I'll shut up. So we have the Lion. Yeah, here's the surprise. That's the kind of like, whoa. That's your whoa moment. The whoa of what? The stability. Getting in. The key is the getting in. What about the stability and the home and the whole thing we're doing here? I think from there, cards are going to kind of tell me to shut up because there's the clouds and the rose. The rose is an offer. It's small. It's not as big as the bouquet, but it's still not bad, right? But with the clouds, there's still a little more that has to go into it. So it's not that the offer isn't great or good. I actually want to go back on this bear here. But it's just a matter of like how it's going to manifest itself. Because I feel like there's a bunch of different factors at play. And for the Tower and the Death card to show up and that kind of having to shift gears or kind of move the pieces around a little bit, these cards might not know exactly how that's going to manifest yet because there are still some balls in play. Because when it comes to the bear, here's the cats and the pig. So I think you might have to keep some things status quo, or something might not change as drastically as you want it to, as fast as you want it to. But I also don't think you'll tolerate any kind of falseness, any kind of like complacency. I don't think you're going to be able to handle that very well. Give me one more on this pig cat combo. What are we talking about here? Yeah, it's like anything that's a drag. It's like you're too interested in being grounded in these opportunities coming along. So I think, Cancer, you've got this, but like I said, crack the safe. There's some combo that you haven't fully explored yet. There's some kind of facet to the situation you're manifesting that it starts, but then you might have to kind of, like I said, shift gears. So for you, you got Opal, and this is magnifying emotional and prophecy. It's time to focus on love and emotions. Are you honoring yourself and seeing clearly and listening to your heart? So yeah, there's a big emotional, like the intuition part. That's the emotional part. Because I don't think you're flat out emotional about stuff. And Beryl wanted to come out, which is scrying power to vision. So this is the way forward will be clearer and easier. A clear sense of purpose will enter your life, allowing you to move on. So, all right, Cancer, that's what we have for the first part of June, and I'll talk to you later.